right now. Cool. First thing I'm gonna do is fix that line because that actually looks right. That's slightly off. So what I'll do is drop the main light, bring in the side light. Should read them as before, to be honest, but that should look like that. Get me proper unprofessional in that. That looks like better. But yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Lindon, bringing you guys the end of 2024 review. It's been a while since I've kind of hopped on and done a video like this, but you know what? It's nice to kick back and have a chill with the family. I see you guys, family man. You're not fans. I mean, supporters, of course, but like my family supporters, everyone's supporter. But yeah, you're my people, man. Like, especially YouTube. You guys like the most loyal people of the operation, man. Like, some of you guys have been here 10, some of you guys have been here 12 years, some of you guys have been here since I was in secondary school. Do you know how crazy it is? I'm now 25 and we're still doing similar stuff, man. Back in the home crib. I had a choice. I could have gone out tonight. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I'll be honest with you. Just putting it out there straight away. New Year's Eve is probably the most overrated night out of the year. I'm not a fan of it at all, man. So I was like, I'm not doing it this year. So my home had a few drinks. Shout out to True Geordie, does my drink and offend you? If you guys know, if you know. But yeah, obviously Dry Jan does start from midnight. So what is it now? It's 12:10. So by the time midnight hits, these cans need to be gone. So salute to you guys, wherever you guys are watching from. But let's get into the year, man. It's been a really, really exciting year. Obviously, I feel like it's been a year kind of like the boxing takeover, because before this, it's interesting that a lot of new people who are probably following me or around here, you know, mainly because I box. And that's actually proper interesting because before this year, that is not something like, no, I did box, had a few boxing fights, like 2 charity fights, and I'd done like 2 or 3 shows at that point. DC 3, so yeah, five fights in total. But like, it was something that I was still kind of doing, like kind of just going through. I was going through the motions because at that point, obviously, we'd had the big fight man Sands, we'd done Fight Paddy, like there was some good fights going on. But like, I didn't think it'd be now. I didn't think going into that year, I thought maybe we fight like twice. I did not think we were fighting 5 times. But opportunities arise, and I am like, remember Edge, like the ultimate opportunist. Like that's how I feel like opportunities came, and I even spent an opportunity because even I probably would have only fought on DFC if I was kind of going through my usual kind of phases. But I think I saw like a Facebook post or like a kind of Instagram or Facebook. I was thinking about fighting back in Burton. I saw a Simply Match post, and I reached out to the page just being like, yo, I want to come fight back in Burton. Obviously, I've had 3 shows in London. It's difficult for people to get to. Yo, can I do a show back here? How I can bring people out? I know that, yeah, have a good time. And the person behind that page ended up being Brandon. And Brandon is someone like literally from when I was 8 years old, training in his dad's gym for kickboxing. So like, I've obviously known of him since then. And obviously, our paths split apart. And obviously, boxing came back together. And obviously, we've not had the fun that we've had in terms of the fact that, yeah, I had a big fight. My first fight back was a big fight against Dan Chilcott in Burton on Trent. And then he put me in a title fight. He gave me that chance. Although, unfortunately, I didn't take the chance. It was pretty badly pieced up. I got pretty happy with that. Been put in the title. In fact, was on 2 title fights this year, man. It's amazing. With only 10 boxing fights. 2 of them are white collar as well. So 8 unlicensed fights, I should say. And yeah, 2 title fights. It's amazing. What am I going to say? But yeah, before this, I was playing football a lot. I'd say like for this, I was playing something like every season, even like the start. Even when did Maxwell break up? Was it summer 2024? So yes, I was playing for a team called Maxwell Priceman. We were in the Harrows on the Challenge League, and we were all right. Like we did have some games where things would click, we'd move together. We had a lot of games where we got battered as well. But like, teammates were class. Always give it all. Whether we had like 8 players, we go out and turn out and play. Whether we had like 16 players, which rarely happened, but on a rare occasion it did. Sometimes I held the bench. a lot of games played a full 90. Yeah, that was really enjoyable. I was playing football a lot, and I feel like a lot of people who are kind of new to me now, they even knew that I was playing football like year on year, both for Maxwell and for Miners. Miners are back here in Gresley, up by Gresley Hall, where basically where the fights are as well. Um, but what happened with that? It's just yeah, I was just getting too fat, bro. I can't lie to you. I was at the point where um, basically I was just getting too big, man. Like I sent back, my feet were getting stuck in the mud. I was being at pointless. I was at point for sorry. I was bad for just stupid goals, man. And yeah, it was getting to the point where like they didn't want to bring me off the bench, bro. Those games I was turning up to play behind his arms, I was getting 0 minutes, bro. And I was just like, you know what? I need to start training. I need to start doing something different. And the opportunity to do a charity fight came up. And then I took the opportunity. It was like go train for 8 weeks. Really difficult training, obviously boxing training is, especially when you get used to it at the start. Put myself through this 8 weeks, fought a guy at the end, and I won that fight. And I was like, just if I went to uni, life started turning around a little bit. And obviously then London hits. Um, London, man. Obviously, if you guys have been watching the channel recently, you guys will know that like I've kind of been having this kind of pullback between do I stay in London or do I come back to Burton on Trent? And obviously, this is my home living room. It has been my home living room ever since I was young. We moved in when I was like 4 years old. I'm now 25, so we spent so much years in this house now. But yeah, let me quickly shout out London. Obviously, I still got my place there. I think that minimum I can stay in that place now is probably till middle of February. Then I can choose whether to stay on or not. But like, yeah, so I still got a place in London. I'm still gonna be back probably next week doing some sparring and stuff. Just doing some good stuff down there. And yeah, obviously I went to uni in London, spent 3 years doing my degree, which was in music business and entrepreneurship. Living out of Northwest, I've lived basically around Wembley Stadium the whole time. And yeah, no, I loved it, man. Uni in London was cool. It was a different experience. It was really enjoyable. I'm gonna take my laptop off charge. I can just hear it. It sounds like a madness. Let's calm down this battery a sec. Hopefully that's not too bad. If we've done that straight away. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed living in London, and it was really fun. Like I said, the people that I met just so inspiring, from the runners to the boxers to the music people. I've heard him talk about the music side. Like, can we even shout out the fact that I did I was involved in 2 music shows this year. So I was working. I think it's about more March time, maybe just before the first fight. Yeah, like February March time. I was working with an R&B artist, and we did a listening party actually at my home, at my accommodation. We actually threw a listening party. About 90 people got speakers, rented out speakers, and yeah, that was really enjoyable. And then the album was rolling out, and then we decided let's do a show. So then we rolled out a show in Dalston and had about 120 people there. Obviously, to begin with, we had it for free and stuff. Obviously, we made a bit of a loss. Obviously, we all chipped in towards it. But you kind of see in the reaction to that, and people will also come into after the show, be like, "Oh, can you get us on the next show? Could you possibly work with us in the future?" Like, that was a sick feeling. So, music is not something I'll sleep on. In terms of music, it's a kind of industry where you do need to put some money into it. Like, people aren't going to give you stuff for free. You're not going to get into the industry but if you put the work and if you show your value, there is kind of something to be gained from that. But yeah, London really good. So I'm say music connections, just people, life, the gym. Like, I feel like every corner of London, every essence, the people I play for Sunday League with. Shout out Maxwell, some really inspiring people, some guys doing very well. Some very self-employed, very like intelligent people. Man, I've learned so much from them. And yeah, London on the whole is good, but Burton on Trent is home. And let's talk about home. The Burton town, the BOT, the Brewers. Ah, mate, how nice is it to be at home? Like, and it's one of those things where, although London has kind of gravitated towards me and like they have embraced me, and now I think the main people who follow me on socials or the highest percentages down in London over kind of Burton. But I have to big up the hometown, man, because people message me all the time from here and they just say that, yo, I'm so glad of what you're doing. I wish you the best. I want to come to your next fight. Like, people, me and my mum are walking down the road and people are like, oh, I want to come to your next fight. And like, bro, I love being from here. People are so friendly. Obviously, it's cheaper to live down here. Obviously, very soon a bit more beers because you can do. But yeah, no, I do love Bern. Has a place in my heart for sure. And yeah, of course, anything I do, I always kind of, that's why I end up boxing back here as well. So I want to have a place where kind of I was going home and away. That was really important for me. So if I'm going to fight back in, I'm going to fight in London, fight in Kent. Kent is so far away, by the way. I know next DFC is in Kent. Kent is really far away. But yeah, so the chance to obviously come back to Burton on Trent and actually have like my home crowd, have all my family out, and them to watch me is amazing, and I don't take it for granted at all. So yeah, that's kind of my balance right now. Right now, I'm basically thinking, do I get a job in Burton? Do I get a job in London? Do I try and get some kind of remote job? Like, there's so many questions going around my head right now. It's not easy at all. It's not easy at all, man. But I think that's the most important part. I feel like sometimes you don't always have the chess pieces. Sometimes life just doesn't connect like that. Sometimes you don't always have things going on. Sometimes it just doesn't always work out correctly. Sometimes your life is a bit scrambled. Is a bit like, oh, you make some progress there, one step there, two steps down. Like it can be like that. And I feel like in this, people see Instagram and they see basically these influencers, and that like you just see things going up and up and up. Like they had that period where they were going up and down, and a lot of the times people now like they'll have like you see on Instagram where everyone's getting like their posters going up and up, and it seems like they're getting more built and more built. But you didn't see the time where they were getting 5 likes, 10 likes, went to 20 likes, went back down to 10 likes. Like people are hiding these things. People are changing the narrative based on what makes sense for them. So it's yeah, we're in that world now where people really care about how they're perceived. And yeah, it's kind of hard to find people who keep things true. But I feel like with me, I think my motivation, my slogan this year, which I really did develop and I kind of truly believe now as through the experience I've had this year, is providing motivation from the trenches. And although this year has been very good, I still believe I'm somewhat in the trenches. Like, sorry, I'm having a few drinks. I'm not completely out of the trenches. There's still a lot of things going on, from financial to social to mental. There's still a lot of things going on. Like I'll tell you guys some stuff. I probably should tell you a bit more. At times I do kind of come away and not speak to you guys as much as I should do. And that's something I'm working on. I want to be really active on the socials and showing you guys the whole journey, whether it's the gym journey, the running journey. Things are going on. But I feel like one thing I feel like I really do well, and if you guys also you don't follow me on TikTok, there's a lot of content I do on TikTok that's kind of exclusive to TikTok. So on a YouTube channel, you don't always see like the day in the life, you always see like the running vlogs. One thing I try and display is that like, yeah, I'm a person who is improving. I'm a person who is in a situation in life here. I want to take it from here to here. And I believe if I do this step and this step, and if I come here and I fall down there, and yeah, I feel like people are enjoying it. I feel like people are like, this is a relatable guy. Like I even if I take it back to obviously the latest boxing fight I had with Lee Cook, like even the fact that 4 weeks earlier we were doing a run talking about like we were doing a run basically being like, oh, big guys can run, big guys can do things if they put their minds to it. And then like obviously Lee was saying that like people have been inspired by that to literally go on their first runs. Like that is amazing. And I feel like that's what more needs. I just want to show kind of people. I feel like people get to a certain size or they don't exercise in a while and they just think that like, yo, they can never get back into the game. And the truth is, you can always get back into the game. Always, 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 always get back into the game, man. And yeah, on that, let's have another drink. Cool. So let's talk about finances. Okay, let's talk about finances. They have a different one. So yeah, this year has been very topsy turvy. Kind of, let's do kind of like jobs and finances. I'm not going to go too detail with things, but yeah. So during most of the time, I was doing my delivery jobs. I was in London delivering parcels, and that was a fine job. It was a calm job. Like obviously, there was days where you like don't want to can't bother to do it, and you got to go deliver 300 parcels. You're just like, like of course. But that job's like I feel like Job is usually the first place people show discipline. It's like I feel like because it's like it's survival instinct. Like if I don't go to work, I can't afford to eat. I can't afford to pay my bills. So it's quite natural that like that's the first place where you learn to kind of like resilience. Um, and yeah, there was some challenging times. Obviously, you get traffic, you get people on the street. Like when you carry on, there's a box of people just like walking into you, or like, but like the London rush of it. You get rude people, you get rude customers, you get all that, but it was character building, and on the whole, it's a job where I really did get to experience a lot of London. Now, I mean, I went from like the most high end places. I was in like Knightsbridge, like a lot. Like I spent a lot of time around at Harrods. I was Kensington, Notting Hill. I think it was Richmond. I went to like, a lot of places around there, Chiswick. Like I was with a lot of high end places. I went right into Central, driving in Central with the van, doing deliveries in like Soho and Chinatown, which was a bit crazy because even though they give you less parcels, you still be out there the same amount of time, if not a bit longer. Because if you got stuck in a traffic loop around Central, you were done for. You were cooked. I can't lie. Like, did all that. Done deliveries around sort of like Wembley, my main base, Harlesden, Acton, all that as well. So like, no, I was doing it previously. They did like Watford, place in Watford. I can't remember what it's called. Um, but yeah, delivery driving was fun. Did that for most of the time. And then I took a risk, obviously, because I finished uni. And I was like, what's like the next job? What's a job where I can really crack on, make some serious money? And I thought it would be a sales job, like a field sales job. So I went into this job and I'm thinking, yeah, you know what? I'm really hyped up. Let's go out and graft. Like these lot are telling me that I can make a lot of money if I plan myself, if I get these sales. So I'm like all really hyped up. And the job is basically us like going out like door to door, asking people if they want products. And yeah, and there's a product. I'm not gonna tell you what product it is because obviously I have like contracts and stuff. But like, it's a product that most people have in their houses, and it just turned into a really awkward job, like a job where police are getting called on us, like people are just like, yeah. And of course, you expect like kind of rejection in a job like that, and obviously rejection isn't the one thing, but it's like when there's police and like when it's a job where like you're not earning that much unless you're really making sales. And then when you get into it more, they're like, oh, let's take the base away and just put your commission only. So I can see it. It was a job where basically when you are good enough to go on commission only, you're basically gonna work from like 9 in the morning to like 7 at night. And they'll be telling you that the money's worth it. And I'm like, no, because with myself, but as a longer term goal, the goal is not to settle down into a job and just work and work and work and work away for the rest of my life. Like I want to expand kind of my impact in the world, and I think that really comes from um, that really comes from doing stuff that you're passionate about, doing passing on a message, teaching people, telling my lessons, telling my stories, and it's hard to do that behind a job we do like 60 hours a week. So yeah. So it's about so yeah, for me, really that job just it wasn't for me. It like my morals and like kind of some of the sales tactics. So I kind of walked away from that literally just before Christmas. And yeah, finances have been very up and down. Obviously, London is a tough place to live. Um, anyone will say that it's expensive no matter what age you are, what stage in life you're at. It's not easy to live in a place like that. Like it's wonderful, don't be wrong, but you also to really get the best out of London, you need the money to live there. And I feel like it's so interesting being in London because you meet people from all different like kind of like backgrounds and sort of like wealth. So it's like you meet the people like I've met people who are like 18, 19, and they're literally walking around. I met a guy, I think he's like 19. He was walking around like Paddington, Bayswater, had like his dad's credit card, spent like 3 grand a day just because he could. And he just like, it was like, oh, could I get a job to pay my rent? And I was like, yeah, you probably get a good place. But it's like, that person just came from serious money. And like, I meet people like that. I meet people where like, oh, I talk to you, like, everything's cool, everything's fine. And then they're like, oh, my mom's buying me a Tesla. What? Like, oh, yeah, or I own this business, I own this gym. Like, bro, I've had some moments where I'm like, yo, this person, like, there's probably some people. That's the main thing I look for first, of course. Like, I'm not looking at people being like, oh, like how much they earn. Like, that's stupid, right? Like, the character of the person is way more important. I met people who have money, and I just didn't like them. Like, they had the ability to be like, oh, let's go on holiday here, let's go on holiday there. Like, I've met people who are like, they try and bring me on their business projects, but I just don't like them as people. And that's more important to me than someone just having money, because money can bring opportunity, but I want opportunity to be with the right people, if that makes sense. So that's not always guaranteed. By the way, I have got 3 pints to do. Like I say, we've got an hour and a half, and at the hour and a half point, we are going to it's try Jan. So whoever's not left at that point, we will chuck away, man. But yeah, no, London life has been a hustle. We've been down. Like, there's been times where I've needed to pay for something, or a bill's gonna go out like that day. Sometimes I can't lie to you, God really came through. There were days where like I needed like £50, and like some refund would drop through, like a direct debit reverse on a credit card, and I'd have the funds. And you just can't explain that stuff. Like, sometimes like some magic stuff happens, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I thank God, because there's times where I really need to pay for stuff. I really need to buy a supermarket shop. And on that day, bro, I'm telling you, more than once, more than twice, man, like, stuff happened, bro, where I was just able to survive. And that's when it kind of gave me that feeling that God's got me. I do want to talk a little bit about faith. Before I do so, I might just quickly share this, 'cause I feel like I haven't done this in a while. Let me just take a quick picture. Yeah, but yeah, no, I feel like yeah, God's really got me through some moments this year. I'm not gonna lie to you. One of the big things we incorporated this year, especially with the boxing, was like my brother will usually have a moment, whether it's in the crowd, whether it's for a fight. He's been in my corner a couple of times this year. We'll have a moment where we can sit down and we pray, and that's been really, really nice. Just, yeah, knowing it's power with yourself. You're meant to win. You're meant to win. If you're meant to lose, you're meant to lose. But God's got you always. God's gonna bring you out healthy, and He has. Every time I've been in that ring, He's brought me out healthy. So, like, shout out to God. He's done some things for me this year where I've been able to keep eating, to keep breathing, and yeah, I wake up every day. I'm healthy. Everyone, no one in the family has died. Really, I don't think so this year. So it's been a very good year. So I've got to thank God for that, for real. Some great opportunities as well. But yeah, let's carry on. Let's carry on. Um, guys, so obviously being back in Burton now, why would I consider coming back to Burton when London? That's like, I feel like I don't even talk about like running as well. It's been a big thing this year, obviously, especially when football sort of cut off. I needed a reason to kind of keep going, in terms of like football guaranteed me to like train like twice a week in terms of like running and sprints and stuff. Obviously, the start of this year, I think it was like the very end of last year, the start of this year, I really got involved with a running group called Barked Off, and they changed the game, man. Like, I think when I was fully into Barked Off, maybe from like January to like April, I broke my like 5K PB like 3 times in like 4 weeks. It was ridiculous. Like, running with them lot, just, yeah, keeping at a tempo. I mean, I've even tried running with them afterwards, and I've just, obviously, I fell off from like not running as much as I was. But yeah, when I was running every week with Barked Off, and it was just a locked in thing. Yeah, we were doing great things together. And shout out them lot. They've gone from strength to strength. They've had sponsorships with like A6, with yeah, one with like Drip Water. Was that with no collaboration? Saucony, like, they've had a few running companies get involved with them, and I somehow missed every single collaboration they've done with someone. Some of those are my fault though, but yeah, no, shout out Barks Off, man, because yeah, going into like central London, I'm seeing places I've never seen before, like where it's been like running around Canary Wharf, running around London Bridge, like some of these places, seeing the London Eye. Some of these things are so iconic, man. Seeing Big Ben. running past it and just bringing a big group of people, man. Especially when it was one point where running clubs were super, super viral this year. That's when I was really ingrained into it. So people were like, "Oh, I'd love to join a running club one day," and I was like, "Matt, one, no, come down." I remember I had a friend, and she wanted to see a running club, but barked off on a day that she couldn't make it. So we actually went to Panna. And obviously, I've not really been to Panna. Thursdays a day. I usually try and go to boxing if I can. So it's not really a day that's available to me. But I can't like even when I took her to Panna, like she really liked it. Um, if you've not got a run club, even in Burton, run clubs exist. I'm very aware. I know you got like Hatton. It's like Hatton Darts, Hatton's running club, which is like actually based in like Burton, but it's just called Hatton. There's a couple others as well. I don't know names, to be honest with you. It's something I need to research a bit more, but they are here as well. But running's had a big effect on my life, man. Sorry, it feels like so counterproductive to talk about running and goals and happiness and productivity. And I'm like, yeah, a couple of drinks, a couple of downers. It's New Year's, got to keep the vibes high. Guys, give me like 30 seconds, man. Let me just quickly get this Instagram story off. Get some people in the chat, and then yeah, we'll keep moving. Give me like 30 seconds, man. But yeah, no, I'm really thankful for you guys because like the people who have stuck by me, who've kept watching the content, man. Like it's meant the world to me, man. Like even the views have been going crazy recently. Like obviously, I was the main event of DFC 6. The kind of the team, what they do over there, and like the show posters and stuff. It was so sick, man. Um, and yeah, no, what an opportunity to be main event. Like main event, obviously, I know it's like still a growing promotion, but it's like Don Strapsy was main event, Big G was main event, Big Doug was main event. Um, And then yeah, SK was main event, and I'm one of those main events. One of six main events, 12 people. One of 12 people's main event at DFC, man. That was a big deal for me. Um, SE Dons. Oh, talking about SE Dons. I feel like yeah, I am kind of flip flapping, but yeah, that's kind of the point of a live stream. Obviously, people come in the chat when we talk about different things. Obviously, I've talked about running a bit. I've talked about boxing a bit. Talk about London life a bit. Obviously, I've been on here for 27 minutes so far. Not having to do like probably as long as you guys want, really. If you guys say down your drink, I might down a drink. I mean, I've not got too much left of this. It's quite convenient right now. If you tell me to down a drink now, because if I do, you tell me later, I've got like basically a full can. I'm gonna be really unhappy. But if it comes towards midnight, I need to get rid of the drinks. Then maybe I will. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. But yeah, no, running was massive for me. And the run I was most proud of this year was my birthday. I decided to do 25K for my 25th birthday, which, yeah, incredible. My brother came out, literally no training at all for that half marathon. Bro just smashed it, man. Like, I'm so proud of him. Like, he was getting so tired towards the end, obviously, because I was running regularly. I was running like bar top and stuff. Like, I was sort of into running a bit. And he doesn't run really. So I remember he was feeling it, but like he got through it. God bless him. Like God got him through that 100%. Through the crowds, through the pains, we both got there. And yeah, 25K for 25th birthday. That's the first time I've ever run a marathon. Not run one since. But it does make me think though, because obviously what I'm going to do for my 26th birthday, you think 26K, yeah, that's cool. But you know what's also 26? 26.2 miles. That marathon. And if I'm going to approach that marathon by July, if I'm going to do some kind of Burton, Swads, I don't know what distance I'm going to cover, Ashby Marathon, if I'm going to like Ashby and back on some laps somewhere around the water park or something, like that's a bit crazy. Like that's a lot more preparation than the half marathon of my 25th birthday. So that's something I'll definitely consider. But yeah, no, this year's been fun. It's been up, it's been down. Although I'm having a bit of a drink now, obviously it's New Year's Eve. Mum, I wasn't even going to drink, to be honest with you. my mum was like, "Do you want to get something to kind of see in the new year?" And I was like, "Yeah, you know what? Why not?" Um, Especially because I've been in camp 5 times. I've not really drank the same way that I was, especially back in Burton. I say, especially when I was younger. Like people don't really know this, especially if you kind of come into the journey a bit later. Kind of from 18 to 21, 22, we were on it, man. Like when I say on it, obviously I don't do any of that stuff. Like let's not go there. But like we were out a lot. We were going to different cities. Like, yeah, the Burton Boys, the brewery in town, man. Like we were on tour, man. Like we went to London a couple of times, which I don't know why, because that was like a stupidly expensive night out. Um, Birmingham a lot, Nottingham. My mates Notts at the time, so I went to Nottingham a lot on nights out. Liverpool, Leeds, Manny. Went to Newcastle for one New Year's. Like, bro, we were drinking a lot, bro. Pubs and nights out parties. Um, so yeah, alcohol was a very big part of my life. But then I feel like I didn't like you said like I get sober, but I just kind of wanted a bit more for my life. I didn't want to just do that, like and kind of through YouTube for opportunities through football. I feel like kind of being social, take a chance to go to London, meet people who are really inspirational. I feel like it's gonna take me away from that kind of alcohol side. So now, if I have a few drinks on New Year's Eve and I want to quit drinking until after the fight, after February 15th, I can do quite easily. It's not really an issue. It's not something I really feel like, oh, I need a pint, I need a pint. Like when I have to have had a fight, it's nice to have a drink or two. And New Year's Eve, nice to have a drink. Obviously, I've had 5 fights a year. Like, do I not deserve it? I think I deserve it. Does my drinking offend you? Shout out to you, Jordy. But like, but yeah, on the whole, I feel like I'm a lot more balanced now. And you know what's interesting? Obviously, when you're younger, you get worried about kind of procrastination and about not doing enough. Well, this is one of the first years where I felt like I'm actually putting some good work. Like, don't get me wrong, work could be better. Like people look at Instagram and be like, "Oh, it's 23-year-olds making like 10K a month." Like you can get so wrapped up in that. But at the same time, I genuinely think like some of the TikTok content I made this year that resonate people, the fights, the promo, like I feel like we've made some good moves. Like genuinely, I've had moments where the family have been really proud of me, and that's always meant a lot. Um, and yeah, and I felt like we fought through some deep times as well, man. We've had our backs to the wall, and we've kept going. Um, so yeah, no, I'm really, really happy with that. So what can we talk about? What can we talk about? Talked about alcohol. We talked about kind of so about 2025. Okay, cool. So I've talked to you a lot about 2024. I've talked to you a lot about the past. Let's talk about the future. So what are kind of my 2025 goals? Obviously, the very cliche thing is me just sit here and reel off every single goal I've got, which obviously is like it sounds great right now. You get a bit of a dopamine rush. Call time a few drinks, talk about my goals. Oh, it sounds sick. Oh, I'm gonna take it with the world, guys. We're gonna make £1 million next year. Like all that. Like no. But let's be realistic. What's some realistic goals? So, guys, I've had this YouTube channel for like 12 years now, and I've been stuck between like 200 subscribers and 300 subscribers for about 5 years now. Like because although it's been very periodic, I don't really edit anything on here. So what I think a realistic goal is, and you guys might think it's too low, but like through constant uploading, get people back on side, creating a schedule, I want to get up to 1,000 subscribers. So the minimum goal this year is 1,000 subscribers, and we'll break that down. And like it's gonna be a monthly tracker of am I going towards it? Yeah, getting kind of towards monetization, getting towards sort of better days in terms of YouTube. That's really, really important for me. I don't know why I got my Instagram open right now. Turn it off a sec. But yeah, 1,000 subscribers is a big one. In terms of TikTok, so I'm now like 500, just under 500 TikTok followers. I do a lot of content over there. I'd like to get to 2,000. Is that too aggressive? Is 2,000 a bit aggressive? You know what? It's TikTok, in it. I'm going to say 2,000 TikTok followers. So that's like a 4x, just over a 4x on TikTok. Like which is that's not easy, of course. And I'm gonna try and do that with my own content. I'm not gonna try and hop on mad trends. I'm not gonna try and dilute my own content or figure out a TikTok dance, try and gain followers. I'm gonna do that, just being me, be my authentic self, showing the runs, showing the gym, doing day in the life, stays like a boxer. I did try and do day in the life of a boxer on that DFC6. I've got some clips for that, but I don't know if it's ready. Well, it might be ready, but it's it kind of misses a lot around the actual inside the venue. So I don't know if that's kind of a bit not great, but yeah. So more day in the life, more content, more eating, and in terms of 2025, a big one for me is probably weight loss. I think it has to be, and I do genuinely believe this. I'm going to put it on camera. If I was to lose, let's say, 40 kilos in a year, I would be gone. If I documented that, if I clipped it, if I had the journeys, if I had it all sort of locked in and dialed in, and part of the content and part of the journey, and I really took people on board. Because that's one of my best gifts. Get prime motivation from the trenches. People see me as a heavier guy, and if you see me as that big guy, you saw DFC6 where I was a very overweight. Of course, I was still able to run. I still ran a 5K 2 days before. I'm not unfit, but if you see me at the end of let's say DFC10, the big DFC10, if that ends up being inside this year, and you see me in the ring, not a six pack, but if you see me slim down, you see me moving, if I knock someone out on DFC10 and you see that full transformation, bro, the socials will do their thing, because I've seen those channels. I know it's like to see those people where they've lost a serious amount of weight, and I know the kind of views that come in. I know people take that thing seriously. They're congrats, and I know that I can achieve that. I feel that kind of happens, especially as now. I saw something the other day being oh, between the ages of 25 and 30, that people start looking at you differently. It's there's a lot of things you get away with at kind of 21, 22, where people don't expect you to take life seriously. People aren't looking at you to have serious jobs. People aren't looking at you to make serious income. But come 25, it does change. And as someone who is 25, I will tell you that it's true. People will start getting onto you. People will start be you're taking life seriously. Because when you get the other side of 30, bro, they're gonna start looking at you being where's your family? Where's your kids, bro? Where's your girl, bro? I'm very aware. So it's if you're hitting 26, 27 and they're not seeing real sort of responses from you, they're gonna get onto you a bit. And the crazy thing is, some people really take that horrible. Some people, I've heard kind of instances where people kind of look at that and be oh, I'm not gonna date, I'm not gonna deal with certain things. But no, I feel one, that is life, and two, people who get onto you, most people who actually care. A lot of people who won't mention stuff that to you, a lot of people who will just kind of keep it stush, a lot of people where you're working a job, we're keeping your parents up, and we're getting haircuts and stuff, and they're not saying anything. It's not because oh, they're just super chill people, bro. It's because they literally don't care. Or it's that's one less person to worry about. This is a real competitive world, right? So if one person stops caring, bro, that's that one person. One person's conquered. People do talk about that. People talk about this kind of 1 to 10 scale. People talk about yo, there's levels to this and all this. People are oh, no, it's an even playing field and we can all win. But there is people who are real killers out here. There are people out here that once you're below them, they want to bury you. Yes, whether you care about that, and I'm not someone to say I'm going to necessarily to the very, very top, but I want to do myself justice in this life because I believe I have a gift. I've been talking on the camera now for 38 minutes. And yeah, we're going to take another swig of this beer, maybe try and finish it. A lovely swig, but yeah, sorry. But yeah, I feel as we approach 30, man, we're getting a lot stronger. Yeah, more locked in. I feel more confident, especially the thing that impressed me most is even I went on a run with a guy called Ashley, lovely person. Literally, he saw my TikTok run the other day, and he was "Yo, we look you back in Burton. I was in London at the time. We come back for Christmas. Could have come for a run." I was yeah, you know what? Let's do it. And then obviously I'm back in Burton for a bit. Christmas happens. I was going for runs. I was feeling good, and then we arranged this run for Monday. Monday, this literally just happened. Literally, it was yesterday. God damn, it's yesterday. Yeah, and then over the weekend, obviously, brother's kids are here. They've got a bit of a cold. They get me sick. come Monday, I'm like coughing and sneezing, and my nose like dripping and like snot and stuff. Like it was a bit horrible. Um, but yeah, my nose dripping with snot. I don't want to do it. It's obviously Monday morning. I'm meeting him at like 8:15, and everything in my mind was telling me like, "Yo, I don't want to do this, but I kind of have to." The reason I have to is because like I was playing this in the TikTok, but I'll just say it again, just for the YouTube audience. You guys are here. You guys deserve to hear it again. Yeah, the reason why I felt like I could do it is because my self-image has changed, bro. I'm now a boxer. I'm now an athlete. I'm now someone who goes against the grain. I'm someone who does the difficult things. So now I feel a reason. I feel a kind of compassion to show people that that is what I am. Like, how can this Ashley guy who goes out and runs a lot, does all these half marathons and stuff, how can he see me and be like, oh, he's gonna quit because of a cough? So I went out. I was like, I couldn't find my headphones as well, so that was even more annoying. I couldn't find my headphones, and I was really against it. Like I knew these guys would put like be go quite quick. I knew he wanted to kind of get my pace up and stuff. I knew it was gonna be like a more of a challenging run. But I just went, you know what? I'm taking step by step. I walked to the stadium. That's one win. I started running with him. That's two wins. And then when he stepped it up, I stepped it up. When we got past the 5K point, I was getting a bit tired. We kind of eased it off a bit. Got around to the stadium, and I was like, that's the third win. We locked it in. We went against when I didn't feel like doing it. We found a way, which I think was really, really nice. And I thanked him for it. I'm so like happy. I stepped out. Obviously, even now, I still sort of have the cough. Like it's not as bad now, but like I still have it. I still have that cough. But yeah, like I'm so glad I stepped out and I kind of showed that bit of discipline because it could have been so difficult, it could be so easy not to. But we found a way. And yeah, no, that run was amazing. Um, and yeah, just 2025. I feel like now, as I've been an older adult, more time, I feel like I've kind of time to learn my mistakes. There was times in my past years where I could have grabbed those opportunities. I've had times where I've had jobs offered to me, man. I've had big opportunities. Oh, come and work on my music where someone's music's going to blow up, bro. And I said, no, I'm not ready. Or I tried it and I was just flopping because I was just eating bad food. I was just always like, my mind was gone. Like, bro, I had a job tell me basically write a check balance, like write a bank balance. Like, do you know how crazy that is? They were like, name your figure. We like what your proposition was. I went to a networking event. They were like, we like what you're saying. We have that role. We want that role in our company. Name your figure, bro. Obviously, I'm making excuses right now. I'm in uni. I'm not ready. I didn't tell them this stuff, but I was like, in my mind, I was like, I'm not ready for this role. I've pitched them on it. I've delivered. I've basically sold them on giving me a job where they're like, yo, we want you to be good in London. Tell us what you want. And my brain, mentally, I was like, I wasn't there. Whereas someone now came to me and they were like, yo, we need a role. We think you got the skill set. I would go straight into that. And I think I'd be happy to be like, yeah, I would do well. Because I do back myself. Like the way that I talk, the way I've been able to market myself, like I do back myself. I'm proud of myself. Like I've done some good things this year. Another can bites the dust. Another can bites the dust. But for real. And another can gone, and another can gone, another can bites the dust. But yeah, you guys didn't see me sing, you guys didn't see me sing, you ain't seen the vocal ranges recently. Remember those days? I win all night. Oh, I'm gonna do it. There's kids sleeping upstairs, man. They need to hear that monstrosity. For real though. Yeah, I just feel more prepared and I feel more ready for life's challenges. What else do I want to talk about, man? So it's been running, there's been London, moving back to Burton. Even moving back to Burton is an interesting one because I'll tell you in like kind of a live stream form. I feel like it's kind of nice. Kind of we're a tight knit community here, so things that really tend to like people don't really top up my live stream. I'm not Kais in that. I'm not speed. Like what goes on in the group chat will most likely stay in the group chat. So yeah, in terms of moving back to Burton. I do. I love Burton. Obviously, no rent is a big factor, or way less rent. Obviously, saving that money and then either saving it, or I say I'm not going to really invest it, but like saving it and then being able to plan for holidays, plan for trips. Really, these are massive factors to pull you in, and also there's a factor of like if I come back in, I could so easily be pulled into like the pub culture. Like I might just really start being lazy with training. Like to me to stay in Burton, it's going to require a group of people. I mean, my mum's already kind of on board. She's about being like my personal like nutritionist and kicking me out of the house, go on runs and stuff. And I have felt that already. So yeah, and I feel like it needs more of that. Like people can't see me come back into Burton and what just treat me like I was like 5 years ago because I will flop. Like, and I want to say like I'm strong enough and I've worked on myself and but I could definitely fall back on that track. I feel like if I come back to Burton, I've got so many connections in London, so many people that I have so much love and care for in London that like I need to go and I need to probably go to London like once a month, go run like a 10K around London, go see my family in like Peckham. Like I will need to connect to London, maybe go to church in London for a day. Like I always need to connect back to that life, connect back to what's out there, what's possible. Because once you're in kind of here over a period of like 2 weeks, like you can start to feel that bit back to that kind of small town feeling. And although as much as I love small town, it's not my final destination. So that's something I just really need to be careful with. But yeah, for the short term, Burton, it makes a lot of sense. Obviously, my rent, TFL, food, like saving on that alone, you look at like a grand. Like that's not to be played at. A grand more in your bank account to do stuff. There's not something to be played at. That's a lot of money. And obviously, London has more opportunity, but it's also more expensive. So I had to factor that in. Guys, crack the new can open. Ching ching. This is basically pub talk. You talk about no life talk, man. Not 21 Savage, man. This is pub talk. With your boy. But yeah, I feel like we're getting towards the end now. So kind of what's the goal? Post kind of my trip back to Bern. Obviously get back here, training and boxing a lot more. Then going forward, it would be going on holiday. It would be sort of getting out. I've got thoughts in my mind of kind of like Bali, Thailand. I've seen those videos. There's like a time, like a men's like chamber thing where basically like you go in there and it's like proper cooked meals. It's like regular training, and it's like you just basically lock in and go away from the world for like a month. You guys have probably seen if you're young males on Instagram, you've probably seen this like Bali like retreat for like guys, but it does look proper sick. And obviously, it's one of the things you just kind of do for a month. You want to just kind of stay there, but like kind of stay to lock in. I do at some point want to kind of learn. I feel like it's important as well because I feel like it's one of the things a lot of people are scared about the idea of like making online money. Obviously, I'm at a point now, kind of at my age, where like I've seen a lot of people my age start to make sort of money from online. So it's not as scary as a concept for me. People make money off Instagram, people make money from YouTube, people make money off TikTok. Like I've seen it a bit, not as much like the 18 and 19-year-olds. Like they've really seen it, but like I've seen it in person. So like I'm at a point now where it's like I want to show people that if you build your personal brand, you can really get somewhere. A lot of people don't believe that, but I'm telling you right now, like if you guys read the 4 Hour Work Week by who's the guy's name? I want to say James Clear, but I don't think it is. That might be Atomic Habits. But yeah, the 4 Hour Work Week. I don't know who's by, but it's a really, really good book, best-selling book. And it basically talks about the new rich. And new rich are people who are making money from the internet, like as like their primary source. People who work remotely, who like you're not having to go to like a boss, like you're working for yourself. You're delegated. You have like your virtual assistants, and yeah, you can live a life where you don't need to work the standard 40-hour week. And that's something that I'd love to try and achieve. I say it's not easy. It takes an audience. It takes funnels. It takes a hell of a lot of work, especially at the start. But it's something that, like, I want to show people that it's possible because a lot of people, they hear about these YouTubers, man. but they don't believe in it, or they don't think someone who grew up in a similar situation to them. They think, oh yeah, KSI made it. He had like private school parents. He's his parents primary school. He was living out in Watford. Like, yeah, of course he made it. Like, you look at a lot of these a lot of the influencers online, and there's something I see as well. I look at a lot of these influencers. You see people like on ski trips from like France, or like you see them in, like in Italy and all these like, places, or Australia. And I'm like, you all look like you come from a very rich background. Like, have you ever clocked that? You look at all these influencers. I'm like, you all look like you say the word raw. Like, I don't. I'm telling you, like some like travel influencers, they built it from the ground, they built it from the mud. Fair play to them. But a lot of these influencers do look like they come from really rich backgrounds. Whereas, like, if you see a guy wear like my ring outfit in the last like 3 fights have been the same. So it's like, it's coming from the mud. You know that, like, yo, I'm not coming from like really like, chandelier and stuff. Probably looks a bit like odd, but like it's a bit on the trend, guys. but but I'm telling you, like, where I've come from, like, there's no like particular financial backing, and like you see me struggle, you see me ride the bike and cycle, and you see me walk from like Grantley to Burton, you see me go on these 10Ks in London. You've seen all this. I'm on my laptop to charge a sec. On my laptop to die whilst I'm doing this, and yeah. And I'm hoping at some point, if you see me take all these jobs that I didn't particularly love, but I needed to do at the time, that yeah, one day you'll see me make a good amount. Like, of course, I think having like I'm not looking at life being like, oh, I need to make 100K every month. Like, if I could have like 2 months in a year where I made 10K, and then maybe other days are like 5, 8, like, okay, obviously this is like a starting target. I'm not being like, oh, this is like my target for life, but like, let's say if I could have 1 month where I make 10K, Jesus, man, like, just show people that it's possible, man. Like, not 10K would help, of course it will. Money always helps. Like, to be able to like have that money and to be able to go rent somewhere, to go on holidays, or 10K a month would pay for my whole family to go to Jamaica. Deep that, my whole family, like, we've not been a family Jamaica trip in ages. I'll take my whole immediate family and probably their partners as well to Jamaica on one 10K month, like, comfortably, like, pay for everything. Deep that, like, so kind of the like people like, oh, why do you do YouTube videos? Why do you do streams? It's because the opportunity is crazy. Though. Like, imagine the regret I'll have when I did YouTube for 10 years, like not having a year where I really took it seriously, because the opportunity is crazy, man. Like, these numbers aren't unrealistic, man. Like, shout out, I'm gonna tell a story, and it's not, I'm not kind of not breaking anything that's kind of like not out there, because I'm gonna talk about a guy that I know, called Khalil. I'm not sure his name Khalil. So I don't know from socials, but yeah, basically, Khalil, or I think his socials like Khalil, Kalin. Basically, this guy, he does property deal sourcing for like Airbnb owners, and basically he started out literally, I think, at the start of last year, and I've seen his journey. And like, these guys started out just like basically cold calling all these like landlords and stuff, and they started out just proper grinding. First month, second month, didn't really get anywhere, and then it just started clicking for them because they're young lads. They believe in making that online money, bro, and they just went hard with it. I think they did like a course. Obviously, I think they did a bit. I think they did a Summer Lee's course, and they did one another. They went like a retreat of like young property entrepreneurs. And yeah, I think like 3, 4 months later, bro, he popped out and made 10K. Like, him and his partner, bro, and that is inspirational, bro. At that age, bro, there are, that's the thing. People talk about online money and it's possible. Is it not possible? There are 16-year-olds making 10K a month, bro. Like, it is crazy, bro. Like, and there's people. One thing may always hit hard to me as well. People saying that, yo, there are people that are like very factually not smart. Like, they are. I hate the word dumb, but like, they are not as intelligent as you. There are people that are not intelligent as you. All they know to do is hire the right people, and they take the risks, and they are substantially richer than you. Like, it's not a joke, man. It's not a joke at all. So yeah, of course. Of course, as much as I like kind of going out, doing the challenges, being in the boxing fights, like, yeah, the socials and the bit of the ego from boxing and like people recognizing who I am and all that. Like, of course, like I don't want to be in London for 5 years and not got anything out of it. Like, of course, I want to make some money. I want to. My mum, my sister have like always like showed out for me and helped me out a lot more times than they probably should have done. And they've really helped me out at points, man. I can't lie. I've gone to broke. I've had some dark times in London. Dark, like it's got peak at times, bro. But we've kept going and we found a way. And I'm so grateful. But now it's like now uni's done. It's really time to give back. It's really time to show my family that this like I'm not doing this for a joke. I'm not doing this to kind of just have some fun. Like we can really get something from this. And I'm someone where it's like I'm not looking at this being like, yo, I need to like set the world light. I'm not looking at this being like, yo, I'm gonna scam everyone and I'm gonna like not off a volley. Like I am someone where I truly believe in the phrase lead from the front. I really believe in it. I think it's so important. Um, because how someone's going to buy my eye to you? How was someone really going to catch you? How are people going to keep watching what I do if I'm not leading from the front? So I think people will see the boxing, something they're impressed by. Some people have took to boxing because of me. Some people will have, or they picked up consecration because me. They picked up their TikTok for the first time, and that is wonderful. And I actually need to keep going. So when I have kind of done with this, I want some people to look at me and be like, "Yo, I can do what he's doing. Let me start on TikTok. Let me start trying to make an online business. Like, I want to see some young, young people in my from my background, man. I want to see him do well, man. I want to see DJs DJ, man. I want to put some music artists on, bro. I want to see Burton live. I have a goal. I do have a goal that includes like making 3 or 4 Burton artists blow up music wise. I do want to do that. I want to put them on shows, man. Like I do have some connections, like not loads, but like through hard work, through putting in, taking the risk, doing the things, man, doing the thing, doing the work. Shout out to Chris Williamson. Like I've got some big things that I want to achieve, man. And and I know the more successful that I am, the community will just, of course, it'll benefit, man. Like when people need that bit of money to get over the line, people need that bit of support. People have a new project to shout out or start on a new channel or something. And I know them and I can verify that these are very cool people. I won't be able to put people on. Like of course, like we all want to experience sometimes the finer things. I'm not man materialistic, bro. It's just the freedom, bro. Like I just want freedom, bro. I just like the idea, like right now, and I don't mind doing it. I have done it, like going to a job, doing like the 40 hours to kind of build the bit of like freedom, a bit of savings, a bit of like, but then once I've got it, bro, I'm not gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna break out, bro. I am someone where I believe myself as a star. I believe myself as a bit of a star boy, a bit of a success, and I know what I am capable of. So in my mind, that's what we'll do. We'll just kind of keep locking in. And this year, especially, man, we took a lot of losses, but I took a lot of L's. And I'm at a point where, I get it. People haven't really been checking for me, man. But I feel like now, after a few of these fights, we put ourselves in a situation now where, people are starting to rate my thing, man. And I'm so grateful, man. And it's just a start. Who knows, bro? I could be on here next year. I'm like advertising the Misfits fight. You know how crazy that would be. And that sounds crazy, bro. But literally, a guy who was fighting on the fight promotion, say my fight promotion, not my fight promotion, DFC. But shout out Armstrong, bro. He got signed to Misfits, bro. Like he's gonna be going to fight in like February, March. I don't know when he's gonna fight, but it's like he was on our promotion, bro. Like he fought on the same card as me at DFC 4, bro. And obviously I fought DFC 6 as the main event. He's gone signed to Misfits, bro. So it's like there's people in that industry who will probably know who I am, which is kind of crazy to think. But thank God, man. That's the main thing, man. Just keep faith high. Obviously, I will talk about is obviously distractions, obviously bad food choices, obviously odd beer's not too bad if you're drinking every night, can get a bit bad. But I just want to say, just shout out to everyone who just shows faith, shows love, keep supporting because the dream would not be anything without you guys. You guys keep me going on runs sometimes, and sometimes it is a bit like sometimes I do want to finish a run to like post on Instagram. Don't get me wrong, like I do. Like sometimes you do like that you like that kind of external validation, but at the same time, that like it kind of works as a win-win because like I get to make the post. I'm also fitter because I finished the run. Like so, like sometimes that you do have to make a play in your mind to kind of make that work. That's probably a play to make it work, but like yeah, it is a bit like it's a bit big-headed, but like the big head that actually puts you onto your bigger goals because you're actually doing the work, you're putting in the grind. So New Year's Day, man, it's gonna be. Yeah, I'm interested to see. I'm probably gonna step out, do some running, and how much running I'm gonna do. But yeah, I feel like the good thing about this New Year is the fact that like I didn't wait till New Year. The good thing about this is that I started the work before New Year's. Like I'd say from Boxing Day, I went out with my mum, and since then I've been on it. So I'm already into this new year with momentum. So like it's just a continuation. Right? A lot of people who like they go out on New Year's Eve, they get bladdered, bro. New Year's Day is a write off. The year starts January 2nd, bro. They're behind, bro. They're behind, bro. Like I started, bro. My new year has started, bro. I don't need this countdown. I don't need this live stream. I'm joking. Just want to say thank you to anyone who's tuned in over this time. Just going to be here, kind of a bit of a drunk ramble, just a bit of a heart to heart about life. I feel like I've not really done this. So this used to be my bag, man. People used to love to tune in for this kind of stuff. Me kind of drunk rambling, maybe drunk singing. It's not really a singing. It's not really a proper entertainment type thing. But like, I do like talking, man. And also, you guys watching afterwards, let me know because someone told me that Lindon, you'd be good as like a podcast person and you could probably speak, whether it's like on your own and with people, and bring people in, have conversations. So if you feel like I kind of talk and articulate myself, you understand me throughout this conversation. If you've actually watched like a lot of this, especially at the end right now, please send me a message or just put it in the comment section if you think that I could actually host a podcast and do this kind of as a job. So I feel like I do speak quite well, and I feel like especially you guys ain't seen in this conversation, but I kind of ask this conversation. I do have those thoughts where like, how can I bring people in? How can I make things that are interesting? How can I bring up certain points like that? That goes through my brain, obviously, through kind of years of doing this YouTube thing. But yeah, basically I'm at the point now where I feel like I do need to go to the toilet. So it's not much I don't want to end the live stream. I kind of would feel weird kind of like having like my camera in the background for like 3 minutes. So I'm probably going to end it. It's been an hour. But yeah, I think an hour is enough. So much love to you all. Have a good new year. You guys are really enjoying it. I will bring it back afterwards if you want. Someone sends you a message like, I want to see more of your live stream, then you know what, we might do a bit more. But yeah, for now, much love to you all. Have a lovely new year, people. Much love to you all. Catch you in the next one. Love. I know why I winked, bro. That's so cringe. That's so cringe, bruv. That's cringe. So